What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be talking about an interesting topic. We'll be talking about how to pay back student loans. A lot of you guys have asked for this video for some time now, because I do a lot of videos on this channel about how to get student loans, what are the options out there for international students. Now you guys want to know how to pay back, so I'll be sharing in this video how you can pay back your student loans. What are the different things you can do to make sure that you pay back as soon as possible? So there's a lot to talk about in today's video, so let's get started with it. So guys, important caveat for today's video is you guys may not agree with what I say or the options or the strategies that I'm going to share. And guys, that is fine. And you can, what I really want to encourage you to do is really share your thoughts in the comments. Like, let's have a whole conversation, debate, whatever you want to call it. But of course, be respectful. I'm going to share what I believe is the right way to like save up or to pay back your student loans. But you guys may not agree. I am no professional at paying back student loans, but this is just like my opinion based on like my own experience. So that said, let's get started with it. The first thing is get a high-paying job. Yeah, simple as that. See, there are many reasons for this, and see, I'm not naive to think like we all can get high-paying jobs, or even those high-paying jobs are the best for us at at that time, depending on where we are in our lives. But I know that that is the easiest, the best thing to do, especially immediately post-graduation. Just get a high-paying job. Of course, this is one option. It doesn't mean you should feel terrible if you don't get a high-paying job. Your mental health, your state of mind, guys, is the most important thing. Paying back loans quickly is not your life objective. It's something that would be good to do, but hey, if there's ever any chance that whatever job will make you feel terrible about yourself or will affect your mental health negatively, don't do it. Not worth it, because when you're done paying the loans, then what? Really, you'll be in a terrible place. So don't do that. But I'm just saying this, if all things were lined up perfectly, which barely ever happens in life, but if things were lined up perfectly, try to get a high-paying job. And not just a high-paying job, a job that pays you a lot of cash up front, or a lot of that gives you a lot more liquidity, if you get what I'm saying. And this is because some jobs give you maybe more stock, and sometimes those companies are not listed, and it might be more difficult to kind of exercise those or to liquidate those stocks. So that may not be very helpful in the short term. In the long term, it might be great, but in the short term, in terms of like paying back your student loan, that may not be great. So all I'm saying is get a high-paying job, get a job that kind of gives you a lot more liquidity, and you can start paying back your loans as soon as possible, because you want to really, I feel like you should like front load paying back your student loans, like pay big amounts at the beginning, like immediately you graduate, so that you just don't have a lot of principal and then interest keep compounding. Like, guys, compounding is a very powerful thing. You should learn about it. Like, I feel like every human being, at least you guys watching me, should learn about compounding. It's a major thing. Whether you invest or you have a loan, compounding can make a $50,000 loan become a $100,000 loan in a short time. So make sure you can pay, you get a high paying job, and you actually pay big sums at the beginning. That's the point. The next thing I'm going to say is probably the one a lot of you would disagree with. I don't know, depending on where you are. But my idea is to like save like crazy. Save crazy, live really small at the beginning. And when I say the beginning, it's really like immediately you graduate and when you have your first job post-graduation. Save like crazy. I see a lot of people, and no judgment and all, but a lot of international students, when they get here, if you don't have loans, of course, live your life, live lavish and do your own thing. But if you have student loans, I just feel like the fact, and I'll tell you why in a second, but here's the point. I see a lot of international students here who have jobs immediately post-graduation, like when they graduated, but they don't pay a lot in student loans. because the bank gives them a minimum they need to pay. So if you have a 100K loan, every month the bank might say you just need to pay like $250. And I see a lot of international students paying just that $250. Of course, it depends on whatever else they are using their money for. If some of them, it depends on your investment thesis and like what you believe in investment wise. But there are people that just pay that minimum, and that minimum means it takes you longer to pay back. And I just feel like you should live small. If you have crazy student loans, I'm not talking about like small loans, but like 50K up, try to live, of course, be very comfortable. I'm not for that overly frugal life. Yes, you should be frugal, but if it's too much, no, that's not my thing. But like, try to live really small, save like crazy, save so much and put it into your loans. Here's why that is important. As an international student, you get the highest rate possible. You're getting 11% for your student loans, and now maybe more because of the interest rate increase. You could potentially be paying 13%. No, it's rare for you to find an investment that will pay you 13%. Don't come to me saying crypto and everything. Crypto is great, I know, but like a guaranteed investment that will pay you 13%, it's a rarity. That's all I'm saying. So you want to make sure you clear out those high interest loans. There are mortgage loans, there are other kind of loans, but student loans, especially for international students, it's a high interest loan. It's so high, and you should clear it out as much as possible. So that's why I'm saying save crazily, live small as much as you can, just for those few years when you want to invest a lot in like paying back your student loans. In maybe 5 years, you may have a plan of paying heavily in 2 years. It doesn't mean you clear out all the loans, but like you want to really like get it down in 2 years or 5 years. You need to live small in those years. You need to basically live below your means. Does this mean you shouldn't have other savings and investment and all of that? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying live small and pay these loans quicker than spreading it over 30 years or whatever your loan term allows. So that's one other thing you should do. Guys, another thing you can do is to refinance your loan. Basically, you can if you've gotten your loans at 11%, 13%, whatever that is for you, 9%, whatever, you can actually refinance. And the goal of refinancing your loan is to get lower rates. So you can go to companies or banks or loan providers that actually focus on refinancing student loans. And what is happening is they are basically buying your loan and offering you lower rates. Your own goal is to reduce your rates, right? So you can go to those banks and say, hey, I would like to refinance my loans. What are the interest rates like right now? Refinancing won't work if the rates you got for your loan at the time you applied is lower than what the rates are right now. So refinancing won't work for you. But it will work for you if rates are reduced generally in the economy and you had higher rates when you were applying. So make sure you know that there's that option to refinance your loan, and you explore different banks, different companies that are willing to refinance your loans. I just have to say here that there are a lot less options if you're an international student, or if you are maybe in the US or in Canada on a student visa. There are a lot less options compared to if you were a citizen, but there are options. So you should look for those options that can refinance your loan and get lower rates. Because remember what I said about compounding? If you can ever get even 0.5%, 0.5% less, like you can reduce your interest rate by 0.5%, take it. Compounding can make just a lot of difference, basically. So as much as possible, know that you can refinance your loans and explore those options when the time comes for you, when you feel like the time is right or the economy is right. So another thing you can do in terms of like paying back your student loan is company reimbursement. I discussed this option in another video I did about like going to school for free. I'll link that video in the description box. But hey, explore company reimbursement. So there are companies that you can join after you graduate that actually offer their employees some student loan reimbursement. They say maybe every year you can get up to 10,000. We will pay up to $10,000 for you if you have student loans. So that kind of thing. If you're joining such a company, you want to make sure you explore that option. You take advantage of it basically. So also ask what companies typically, and you can also Google and find it and find those companies. So make sure you're exploring that option. Companies do it. It is not rocket science. It is happening. There's a way around it. Basically, there are many companies you can join after graduation that offer student loan reimbursement to their employees. Take that away from this video. If you are at that point where you're close to graduation, make sure it's something you're considering before you join a company. So one other way you can pay back your student loans is through loan forgiveness. So many schools or sometimes governments have loan forgiveness programs. So hey, you want to make sure that if you are attending a school where there's potential for them to like forgive your loans, you are actually applying, you're exploring those opportunities. Usually these schools or these organizations, usually schools and governments, but usually these schools will have some eligibility requirements. If you qualify based on those requirements, you should definitely apply. You should also ask your school if there's some student loan forgiveness program. Some big schools usually have it, so ask your school. And usually there are requirements around like the industry you go into after you graduate, how much you earn. There are all those requirements. I think if you earn above a particular threshold, you cannot get student loan forgiveness. You cannot apply. But if you earn below, different schools have different eligibility criteria. So make sure you look into what it is for your school, ask around, and so you can plan and take advantage of that as well. That is one way you can also get to go to school for free and pay back your student loans. So guys, I hope you found today's video helpful, and if you want me to do more, I know this is kind of a different topic about like paying back student loans, but if you want me to do more videos like this about saving, personal finance, and things I have done to pay back student loans, guys, there's something crazy I did in 2021 related to this. I'm still like thinking, should I share, should I not, am I ready? But hey guys, everything I've shared in this video, just know that it's like from my experience, a lot of it. So if you want me to share anything about like paying back finance, personal finance, paying back student loans, living in the US, living as an international student, just things about like money. This is a topic I'm really passionate about, but I have been reluctant to share about. But anyway, if you want to learn about any part of that, make sure you comment below and let me know what you want to learn, where you are in all of this, in this journey, and like what you think you find helpful. Also, if you're already in the US, in Canada, in the UK, wherever that is, and you are struggling with student loans and you want to see more videos about like tips, tricks, things I've done to make sure like that part of my life is sorted, make sure you ask me in the comment section. I'm willing to share if people are going to find it useful. I guess that's something that I struggle with, but if you guys will find it useful, I'm happy to share a lot more about my experience in this regard. So all of that good stuff said, hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure you subscribe. Yes, go ahead, subscribe right now. And if you like today's video, I'm still playing with this topic or this kind of topic a bit, so if you like today's video in any way, please make sure I know. And the only way you can let me know is by liking the video. Like, click that like button, that's what I mean. So click the like button if you enjoyed today's video and want to see more videos like this. Okay, that's it guys, I'll see you in my next video.